So next up, we have the father and mother of the groom, Ellie and James Hercash. A round of applause, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess I have the soundtrack.
Oops. Hi there, we're Ellie.
And James.
If you happen to see the wedding cake, which was made so beautifully by Michelle Sinasak, the cake topper was done by James. He's an artist. Caricatures of Ben and Kay. So if you haven't seen it, it's really cute. So anyone who knows Ben, as Carol has already said, knows that he is not one to make up he's not one to make snap decisions. He thinks long and hard. Whether it's a car, whether it's asking somebody to date, or he takes a long time. And I, in particular, remember one time, he would have been about 12, and James and I thought that it was a good time for him to have the talk. So now he was homeschooled, so there was no real pressure to think that he was going to find out things at school. But, changes were happening, and he was maybe getting close to 13, and we thought it would be a good time.
You thought it would be a good time, yeah.
Come on. Okay, I probably thought it was a good time.
Talk about stress. Anyway.
So when we went to Ben and said, Dad, I said, Dad wants to take you over to the studio and talk to you privately, and he looked very concerned, and he said, well, but what about? And then we said, well, there are certain changes going on in your body, and he said, wait a minute, Dad, you want to talk to me about, you want to talk to me about that? You want that talk? And you said, yeah, that's the talk, and he said, I'm not ready for that talk. So
But it did eventually happen.
Yes, 6 months later. Well, 6 months later, he came to James and he said, I think I'm ready for that talk. And they went to the studio and had the talk. And then a couple of years later, when James was taking Tim over to the studio to have the talk, Ben said, can I sit in for a refresher? True story. I'm not making it up. So I just want to say one thing about Kay, and then James is going to say something. When James and I met Kay, one of the first things she said to us, and I don't know if she remembers it, but one of the first things she said to us when she met us and hugged us, and she said, I'm so glad to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. It's such an honor. You have raised such a fine young man. And you did. And I thought to myself, if Ben does not marry this girl, I will. So anyway, James is going to say a few words.
So, thank you. So, what's all this movie stuff, right? This movie-themed wedding. What is this? Well, we have had, in the Hercash family, we've had a real history of movie making. As a young man myself, I shot a little 10-minute comedy movie with my friends and my brothers and sister. And then I remember the first movie I made with one of my kids was actually with Josh, sitting way over there. We made a really cool little flick about a T-Rex eating a helicopter, and that was really neat. I didn't need to be convinced to have fun with that one. But I want to bring you to the first little movie experience I had with Benjamin. When Ben started getting interested in doing movies, he dragged all the younger kids into it as well, and him being the second born out of 5. And the first scene, Ben, that we ever really had a chance to put the movie camera to was by your suggestion. It was a small, tiny scene out of The Lord of the Rings, referenced by Riley earlier on in his speech. And I just wanted to bring that up because that was the scene where the hobbits are meeting each other out in the cornfield there. And I think it was Sam that said to Frodo, "We've never been this so far away from the Shire," with a very concerned tone of voice. These movies and all that we've done in our family, having fun with this kind of thing, these movies, they have scenes in them that are very potent and meaningful. And this is one of them. And I think it's on topic. Because Ben and Kayla, you've never gone so far away from the Shire. And to make this decision to be one with each other and start a new family. And I'm just so proud of both of them. So thank you for your decision to do that. And Ellie just wants to wrap up now.
So one of the big benefits of homeschooling is you get to keep all kinds of things that your kids write. And of course, I have Ben's paper here. It's my family. And I'm just going to say what he says about me, because that's, I guess 11, I think he was around 11.
Pre-talk.
What?
Pre-talk. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, before the talk, yeah. Okay, that's the talk, okay.
Sorry.
Right.
Yes, right.
Okay, so he says, my mom, her name is Ellie, and she is the most best and beautiful mom. I'm so glad I kept that. So, my son, his name is Ben, and he's a wonderful son, and now will be a wonderful husband to Kay. We love you both, and we wish you a joy-filled marriage and many, many happy years together and fruitful years. And we love you.
God bless.